This is from the Am I the Asshole Relationships subreddit from Sector Objective 6982. Am I the asshole for going no contact with my family? I, 26 female, am currently in the process of going no contact with my family after the way they treated me. Growing up, my parents acted charming in public but were explosive at home. If I dropped anything, my dad would scream and curse about scratching the floor. We had to constantly walk on eggshells. He also forced us to attend dinners with his boss and would punish us if we didn't behave perfectly. My parents constantly told me I was stupid, dismissed my interests, and forced me into activities I hated. When I asked to dance with my classmates, they put me into their friends' folk dance group. I wanted to play flute, violin, or piano. Instead, they forced random instruments on me, never attended my concerts, then declared me lazy and pulled me out. I begged to try sports I enjoyed, like swimming, skating, riding, but they forced handball on me for 5 years and never came to a single game. Despite building a huge house and spending heavily on vacations and luxury, when my father lost his job, we suddenly had no money for food. I used my summer job savings to help, and when I suggested selling the house, my mother got offended. When I applied to universities, my father said he'd only pay for my dorm if I went to a tourism program in Austria. Our relatives lived there and he wanted to be close to them. I didn't speak German and had no interest in tourism, but the alternative was living with my mother, who screamed daily. My father already had a good job in Germany, but acted like supporting me was bankrupting him. When I moved, I had 250 euros, no working phone after 2 weeks, and no laptop. My dad mocked me and said he couldn't afford to help. He also threatened to stop paying my dorm if I worked more than 15 hours. I finally found a job, but he demanded I come home for Christmas and said he'd stop paying if I didn't. I went, got fired for leaving, and had to stretch 1,000 euros for months until I found new work in a hotel kitchen. 12-hour shifts, 10 days in a row. I developed sleep paralysis and went to the hospital. My dad later visited, saw my messy room, and told relatives I was disgusting. This pattern continued for years. They mocked my slave jobs, financial manipulation, and pressured me into a master's degree I hated. I decided that I had had enough and quit my master's and cut contact with them. A few days ago, I called my grandmother and told her everything. She then revealed that she had been paying for my dorm the whole time, 460 euros a month, even though it only cost 380 euros a month. Meanwhile, my parents went on 3 to 5 luxury vacations a year. On top of that, my father received at least 200 euros monthly from Germany for having a child in university. So my parents profited from sending me to university I hated while pretending it was a huge sacrifice. My grandma told me to call my mom since she is crying a lot because I refuse to talk to her. Am I the asshole for going no contact with my family? No, you're not. I don't have much advice for you because I'm going to tell you at 26, you shouldn't be relying on the parental payroll. Flat out. Somebody that tells you you have to quit a job if you're going to work more than 15 hours, well, quitting that job doesn't pay your bills. Having the job does. So I'm just going to tell you no. At 26 years old, you should have a backbone by now. And you didn't use it. So they want to pull your money? Cool. Look at student loans. Look at a way in which you would be responsible for paying that back to get that education. Because no, at 26, they didn't owe you anything. You do not belong on the parental payroll. Now, are your parents assholes? Yes. If they were getting the money from your grandmother, actually charging her more than what it cost for what they were covering and imply to you that they were the ones covering that, that makes them the assholes.